this thing ready though. Alright, Shalom. I'm the brother Markah. But first and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kamadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And our Akim out there, you're pushing this truth with nothing but sincerity. In the name of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua. Started from the tribe of Judah all the way down to Issachar. And today, I want to talk about that we're not for the community, you know? Because it was like months back though, IUIC was all marching and shit though, man. Yeah, I believe they had like swords, probably made out of plastic though, man. You know, they ain't real swords though. But you know, this is a topic that I've been wanting to talk about though. You know, that we ain't about communities, you know, because the fact of the matter is, you know, they say strength in numbers though, but in reality though, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai always dealt with little bit, you know, with minimum. It was never about numbers though, man. Even in the time of Egypt though, we were a small amount though, but then we grew more, you know, had more kids though, and got more though, you know. Even like right here in America, man. Like you know, when all the, you know, these fucking Edomites came over here and conquered, killed, and did all that though, right though. But then guess what? Throughout time, they will call us the minority. No, Esau's the minority, man. We're not the minority. Esau is though, because everywhere you look, man, is Jake though, man. You know, and that's the thing about it though, man. So, you know, Esau always likes to belittle us though, you know. But the fact of the matter is though, man, that we're more powerful. You know, we're more us though, man. Because you know us. We have a lot of kids though, man, you know? Jake from the tribe of Judah, Ephraim and Issachar are known to have a lot of kids though, man, especially them three tribes though. So the thing about it though, the audacity that this devil has to call us the minority, when in reality we're the majority though, you know, it's hilarious though, you know? But the thing of the matter is though, is that, like I said, man, the Most High always dealt with minimum people though, you know? Look what happened in the time of, you know, Noah, the time that happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, all those things though, the Most High only saved a few people, man. Like literally a few. So, and the elect, it's gonna be it's a few compared to the what they say 8 billion people here on the earth though. So that ain't nothing, man. You know. So that's a few. So that's the thing about it though. So the destruction and wrath that's gonna come to America though, man, it's coming soon though. So it's gonna be a lot of death, man. And the thing about it though is that, like I said, only the elect though, you know, like the 1/3 though, they're only gonna get saved though, man, out of this whole destruction that's about to come though, you know. So things about like to come, and it's like you're trying to recruit people though, you know. Like for example, if I see a nigga walking right now with a cigarette though, you know what I'm saying though, or smoking a joint, whatever though. And y'all be like, hey, you know, you want to join right here, man? Let me give you a garment though, and you come right here and read for me though. Nah, it ain't about that. But if that person though repents though, and you know he starts actually, he quits doing what he's doing though, coming into his truth though, the fold though, then hey, you know, I can't speak bad on dude or you know, judge on dude though, because he's doing the righteous acts though, you know. So it's like, all right, man, you know, now you can. But at the same time, like I said though, when you come into this truth though, you gotta do a whole changes though, man. You know, you gotta purge your body though, man. You gotta purge your mind though, man. So you can't just come in thinking that, hey, it's easy though, man. This ain't no fucking sign up for basketball, man. This is not sign up for football though, man. It's the Most High choosing you, you know. Or Yahweh Shema Shai choosing you, in other words though, you know. So like I said, that whole strength in numbers, like Apostle Tahar said, man, like there could be like 200 IUIC members though, but they're all together though, man. Right there, man, you could make like 100 camps though right there, man. You know. So it's like, the thing about it though is, like I said, you got 200 guys, and there's only one speaker though, man. But you got 200 people though, you can make like more than 100 camps though, man. But here you are, 200 people though, and one speaker though, man. To me, like I said, that should never make sense though, you know. So like I said, man, you don't even know who do you got in your camp though. My nigga be wicked as hell though, and he's out there so-called being righteous though. But the thing about it though is, the Most High sees you, man. Like I said though, the Most High's eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun though. So that's the thing about it though, that you people gotta understand, man. This ain't no sign up thing for football, man. You can't just join though, you know. You gotta be chosen though. So the thing about it, like I said, man, fuck the community, man. Fuck the community, you know. You're only out there for the elect though, and that's it though, man. The community, which I got this little screenshot, right? It says, cause I typed in, is Baal the community god, and it says, in the context of ancient Canaanite religion, Baal was indeed considered a community god, or more accurately, a regional deity, as he was associated with fertility, storms, agriculture cycle in various locations. It says, while the Canaanites view Baal as a powerful god, it's important to note that in the Bible, he is often depicted as a rival to the Israelite God. See, Yahweh. I mean, come on, come on, this is Yahweh though, man. This is Yahweh though. How is the things that he made a rival to him, man? He made, like, there's nothing above Yahweh. That's why he's called the Most High though. So, because it says here, it is, he is often depicted as a rival to the Israelite God. Yahweh says Yahweh, but I say Yahweh. And his worship is portrayed as a source of conflict and adultery. Yeah, it's conflict within our people, the Israelites though, because we're worshiping the wrong deity though. We're supposed to be worshiping Yahweh though, So the thing about it though is, like, it's like that whole thing when they say the whole clash though with these Christians though, man. When they say oh, the devil fought God, or God is angel, and he fell from heaven though, man. That's why he's here on the earth though. That shit ain't true, man. That shit ain't true though, man. How is the Satan, the devil, gonna fight against Yahweh, the power though, when he works for him though, man? So that's the thing about it though. There's no such thing as, oh, he's a rival against the Yahweh. Like, how, man? This is deep power though, man. Yahweh puts these idols as stumbling blocks though, for people to go off of, man. You know what I'm saying though? So that whole community shit though, man, that we ain't about that, man. That's actually a god though, man. That's Baal is actually a community god though, man. So it reminds me of the story which I was reading not too long ago about Daniel and that statue in the book of Daniel, and then it was Nebuchadnezzar that put that was it Nebuchadnezzar, or was it his son? Well, I know at the time of his son though was when they threw him in the dens of the lion though. But it was that statue though, right? That statue that they built though, and they wanted everyone to worship though, man. They pretty much made it into a decree though, that to worship this big statue though at the time of Daniel. And he said, that's not, I'm not for that though, man. He didn't bow down, and when they were playing the music though, the time where people were supposed to bow down to it to worship though, Daniel and the three angels, they didn't worship though, they didn't go down his knees and worship this statue though, So, and that's the thing about it though, man. So, and who over here saying we're about the community, man? We pretty much saying we're worshiping Baal, man, But like I said, we ain't about that, man. We ain't gonna recruit any type of nigga from off the street though to say join our camp though, man. Like I said, man, like, if you're a one-man camp though, hey, handle business, man. Do what you gotta do, man. Because I mean, it's a beautiful thing when you got brothers. Don't get me wrong though, man. It's a beautiful thing when you got brothers though, man. But if you're a brother though, and just one man though, but hey, man, handle business, man. Through the Spirit. If the elect's out there where you're at preaching though, he'll come to you though, man. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way Yahweh Shema Shai works. So now let me get the scriptures though. Let me get Matthew 13 and 11 it says, and he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it's not given. See? So this truth though is a secret. It's not given to everybody though, man. Because it tells you right here, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking though. It says, he answered and said unto them, he was talking about his disciples. Or he was talking to his disciples. Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but not them that is not given. You see? So that's a cut right there, man. So this gospel, this truth though, is not given to everybody, man. You know, this is only given to certain people, man. You know, because if you look into I'll just get a precept real quick though. Deuteronomy 29 and 29 it says, the secret things belong unto the Most High, our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us. See? It says the secret things belong unto the Most High, our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of his law. See? So that's another cut, you know, because this word, this truth though, it's only belong to the Israelites though, man. This ain't a thing of, oh, you know, like every other nation, this heathen could join though, you know. This is only, because the secret thing, it's only belong to the Israelites though, man, you know. And the time right now is only for the elect though, you know, the 1/3 though, man. So that's the thing about it though, man. So you can't say, oh, this is the thing of the community when it's not though, you know. So jumping back to Matthew 13 and 12, it says, for whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he had. See? And it says 13, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. See? It says, and in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which say, by hearing ye shall hear, and ye shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. Yeah, man, because the people, you know, this truth that we give though, you know, from the apostles and down though, a lot of people ain't gonna have an open ear to this though, you know. So because if we tell the people, hey, America's gonna get destroyed by ICBM missiles though, they ain't gonna want to hear that though. And we say, you know, these Edomites are gonna be, you know, our captives though in the kingdom though, they don't want to hear that shit. They got the Stockholm syndrome. If we say, you know, you're the man of the house, you should have the big pants though, even at that, some niggas will buckle up to that shit, man. You know? So that's the thing about it though, man. So we give the truth though to people though, but they don't take it in consideration. No, they like to pick and take out though, man. But in the scriptures, now you're supposed to do that though, man. So that's the thing about it though. So we're here telling you this and that though, your ears are open for certain things though, but your ears ain't open for other things though, then guess what? You don't want the 100% truth though, man. You know? So that's the thing about it though, man. You could tell a person though, like, yeah, man, you know, we're the real Israelites though. Oh, we are. We're special people. Oh, we are. But guess what? In the kingdom of heaven, these devils are going to be our slaves though. And they'll be like, oh, I don't know about that. You know, that's that cruel. Is it too cruel when they did it to us back then? You know, but they can't take that in though. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. That is Jake though, man, having that Stockholm syndrome though. And I'll read 15. It says, Matthew 13 and 15. It says, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing. See, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they shall see with their eyes, and hear with the ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, I shall heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. See, because going into this knowledge and understanding though, man, it's not everybody's gonna have this truth though. So that's the thing about it though, man. Not everyone's gonna have this truth though. And you know, like I said, yeah, we will want our family to get an understanding of what we're talking about. But guess what? Your own parents though, your own parents, your own family, they're not gonna get this truth. Your homies from back in the day, your childhood friends though, they're not gonna get this truth though. So therefore, I mean, it is what it is though. I mean, it'd be a beautiful thing though, like for them to come into fold though. But at the same time, it ain't meant for them, it ain't meant for them though. And in the kingdom though, you know, they're gonna have a little understanding. Oh, they're gonna have an understanding though, because it's like, hey, you know, now you know, in the kingdom they're gonna know though. But on this side though, they ain't though. They're gonna have to learn the hard way though, man. You know? So that's the thing about it though, man. Because we're in that Jeremiah spirit though, man. You know, a lot of brethren, majority of brethren, better yet, are in that Jeremiah spirit though, man. Like we were like, yeah, you know, like we're the Tower family and things like that though. But at the same time, they weren't getting it though. So even Jeremiah too, he said pretty much, fuck them, man. Fuck my people, man. They ain't gonna get that shit, so don't even pray for them, which I'm gonna get right now. Let's see, this is the book of Jeremiah 11 and 17. It says, for the Most High host that planted thee have pronounced evil against thee, for the evil of the house of Israel and the house of Judah, which they have done against themselves, to provoke me to anger and offerings incense to Baal. See? So, you know, as a people, we went off though, man. And it says, and the Lord hath given me knowledge of it, and I know it, and then thou showest me their doings. See? See, because 20, I jumped out to 20 because it says, but the Most High of hosts that judges righteously, that tries the reins and the heart, let me see thy vengeance on them, for unto thee have I revealed my cause. See? So he said, Most High was, Jeremiah said, look, man, look at these people, man. In other words, so look at our people, though, and what the fuck they're doing, man. You know? Yeah, because let me get in, let me get 11 and 20 on the NLT, though. See if I can get in now, let's see. Yeah, Jeremiah 11 and 20 in the NLT. It says, O lords of heaven, armies, you make righteous judgments, and you examine the deepest thoughts and the secrets. Then it says, let me see your vengeance against them, for I have committed my cause to you. See? So, you know, Jeremiah wanted to see that judgment of Yahweh towards the people, man. You know what I'm saying, though? So, that's the thing about it, though, man. So, you know, like I said, Jeremiah was also in that spirit, man, of, oh, you know, my people, right? But then he got to the point where it was like, man, fuck these people, man. He saw how wicked our people are, though. So the thing about it, though, is he wasn't about them no more, man. He wasn't going to try to save them no more, man. That's the same thing with us right here on this side, though, man. You know, when you come into the truth, though, you know, like, well, like I said, like every brother's testimony is different than others, right? But the beautiful thing is we're in the same spirit, though. Because when I came into the truth, though, man, I wanted to learn this thing from, you know, from everything. I wanted to learn this thing from everything, though. But then, you know, you start learning, though, and you start learning, then, you know, the people that you are around, though, the people that you know, though, I mean, like, man, this knowledge is the truth, though. You could just tell it's not for them, you know? Because I wasn't one of those that, came into the truth, though. I started telling everybody, my family, and this and that, my friends, though. I'm still in that spirit, though, man. Because the thing is, though, is like I said, knowing how they are, though, they're not going to captivate in this truth, though, man. I mean, since I've been in the truth, though, I probably only told, like, 3 people, though, man. Like, on some personal, you know, like, one-on-one person. We had, like, one-on-one person, though. I wasn't telling everyone else, though, because the thing about it, though, is, it's like, I know they're not going to get it. They're not going to understand, though. You know, and I'm not saying I'm wasting my breath on them, though. But like I said, though, I could tell them a thing or two, though. But if they're going to get it, they're going to get it, though. But I just know the spirit, though, you know. I just know their spirit, though, because I've been knowing them for so long, though. But like I said, though, it's only like 2-3 people that I had told about this truth, though, man. But the thing is, like I said, though, if they don't jump on it, though, man, they, you know, they're going to have to learn the hard way, man, you know. But like I said, that's not on me. That's on them if the Most High picks them, you know. So let me get I don't know what I put right here, John 1. Yeah, let me get John 1 and 45. It says, look at 43. The day following, Yahushua would go forth into Galilee and findeth Philip and said unto him, follow me. Now Philip was of Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip findeth Nathanael and said unto him, we have found him of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write, Yahushua of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. See? So there's like this, the one that Moses was talking, you know, that the one that, you know, this is the one though, the anointed. And Nathanael said unto him, can there any good thing come out of Nazareth? Philip said unto him, come and see. See, so Nazareth wasn't a pretty good place though. It was probably pretty much the hood right there, you know. It's like pretty much the hood though. So it's like, what could come out of there that's good though, man? You know, it's pretty much the hood. It's like, for example, when you think about like hoods though, you know, brothers come out of, you know, they're from there, but hey, the brothers are beautiful, man. Like Chicago's a known, you know, city though, that's hood though. But hey, you got the elder Malcolm and the rest of the brothers out there, man, that be pushing, and they're deep out there, man. You know, it's Chicago's known to be hella hood though, man. But hey, man, the brothers out there are so like deep though, man. There's so many brothers out there, man. But guess what? You might think, well, how is a righteous and godly person come out of Chicago though, man? But guess what? There is though, man. You know, and that's the same thing out here in California too, like in LA though, man. You got the brothers out there, you know, too though, man. And there's a lot of brothers out there, man. They got a lot of camps out there too in LA, because it's not just specifically LA. It's like the Valley and things like that though. But when you think about LA, you'd be thinking like, man, it's the hood out there though, man. Like what could come out of good out there? It's so fucking hood. People get killed there every day. Fucking drugs and prostitution, all this shit going on out there though. Like what could come out there that's so good, man? The Akim, man. You know? So pretty much that's what he's pretty much saying though, man. Like what could come out there that's so good though? And 47 it said, Yahushua saw Nathanael coming to him, saith of him, behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom has no guile. Nathanael said unto him, whence knowest thou me? Yahushua answered and said unto him, before that Philip called thee, when thou was under that fig tree, I saw thee. And Nathanael answered and said unto him, Rabbi, his father, thou art the Son of God, thou art the King of Israel. See? But you know what we'll try to get to the point was that, you know, like I said, you know, even Yahushua had his elect people, you know. You know, he had certain people, because he probably knew them already though. You know, it was like he was just walking by and happened to be like, oh hey, come join me. You know, no, he had probably seen them around already and things like that, man. He probably heard good things about the disciples though. He probably had heard this and that though. He probably, you know, even talked to them about it. You know what, this guy has a righteous spirit though, you know. And he told him that one day, he told him, hey, come man, let's go do the ministry though, man. You know, it's the same thing over here when you know, like I said, my little testimony, whatever. When I came into this truth though, you know, the brother Amawan, he's the one that brought me into this truth, man. He's the one that taught me though too, you know. And like I said, man, these brothers, him and the brother Kwak though, they're the ones that. Well, the brother Kwak actually told me though, like, hey, you know, we'll say to join camp though, man. So before he even told me to join camp though, I had already been making some videos, you know, on YouTube though, man. So it was on the brother spirit though. Whenever I was ready to join their camp though, they had told the brother though, man. See, so it wasn't like the brother Amawan, because you know me and the brother Amawan, we go way back though. You know, I've been knowing the brother though. So it wasn't like I was just someone random though, and you know what I'm saying. So the brother Amawan had brought me in though, and I started learning though, and he saw something probably in me though, and you know I did my YouTube channel though, and I started dropping videos though, and the other brother started seeing it too though, so he had told them, hey, you know, he's ready though. See, so it wasn't something random though. And my first day in camp though, which was out there in Lemoore, man, that's, you know, and I had been doing videos already on my channel. That was the first day I met the brother Kwak, man. You see, so. You know what I'm saying though, but the thing what I'm trying to get at though is he at least saw my works though when I was doing the videos though and putting it on my channel though, you know. It wasn't like I was just someone like the brother I'm going to tell him, hey, I know this guy that's into this truth though. You know, I'm gonna bring him in. You know, it wasn't like that, man. So me doing the videos, dropping the videos on my channel, the brother could walk saw though. So that's what I'm saying though. He saw that I was doing some works at least though, man. So it wasn't like I was just random though, you know, in other words though, man. But on the physical level, that was the first day I met him though, you know. So that's what I'm saying though. So going back to the story though, like I said, the Yahweh Shai had probably known these people already though, man. He probably heard good things about the disciples though, man. So he was like, hey man, brother, you want to come over here and join? Come on, man. Well, come follow me though, man. You know, it wasn't like he was telling the whole community though. So you know, because there's how many disciples was there? Because people automatically say, oh, there's 12 disciples though. No, man, there was it 70 or 80 though? Let me Google that real quick, man, because I don't want to, you know, throw a number out there. How many disciples did Jesus Christ have?
Jesus Christ had 12 primary disciples, also known as apostles, who were his inner circle. However,
Yeah, it was his inner circle,
he also
man.
had many other followers, including a larger group of 70, as well as women and large crowds.
See, so he had more than 70 or more. See, there you go. So he had more than 70 though. You see, so that's the thing about it though, man. And the 12 disciples, like I said here, it was his inner circle though, man. You know, and that's just the way it is though. So that's the thing about it though, man. So you have, you know, like it's, for example, it's like the apostles, man. You know, it's you know, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Sahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramlam, Apostle Rakah. So it's 4 of them though, you know. Even though right now they're like spread out and things like that though, but hey, they're still doing the work, man. Because right now it's Apostle Gabar and Apostle Tahar, man. Them 2 though, you know. So they're not, you know, it's the elders, you know. So it's like, you know, we're broken up into these different groups though, you know. But we're all in the same spirit though, man. And that's what matters though, you know. So let me get Matthew 10:5, it says, these 12 Yahweh Shai sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and to the city, any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. But 6, it says right here, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. See? But 6 is the point. It says, go rather to the lost sheep of Israel, the house of Israel. See? So it was being specific right there, man. See? He didn't say, go into the way into Gentiles and the city of Samaritans enter ye not. You see? So it said going in there, you know, because you know at the time though, like I said, those heathens right there, man. So he had to be to the lost sheep of Israel, man. So that's specific though, man, because if he was about the community, he'll say try to recruit as many people in Samaria as much as you can though, man. Recruit all of them, man. The doors are open. The doors are open for anybody that lives in Samaria at that time, you know, to join. You know, it ain't even about that, man. It says go to the lost sheep of Israel. So that's being specific though. That's being very specific though. See? So Yahweh Shai, he wasn't even about the heathens, man. You know, he about the Israelites. That's what he was about. You know, that's what he was about, and that's what we're about. You know, we're not about the 2/3, but we're about the elect though, man. Specific though, man. You know? So that's what I'm saying though, because he said now go to Samaria and try to recruit as many people in that community as much as you can though, man. He didn't tell the disciples that though, you know? So Yahweh Shai was being specific, man. And that's the thing about it though, like I said though, even in this town where I'm at right now though, which is Avenal, over here in Avenal, I'm not trying to recruit everybody. Every car that I fucking see pass by, every person that I see pass by, I mean, if they ain't the elect, they ain't the elect. They're gonna keep pushing this shit, man. You know? I'm just out here to send the message, and that's it though, man. And if you get it though, and you understand it though, then hey, man, may the Lord be with you though. But at the same time, if you ain't chosen though, guess what? You ain't gonna be about this though, man. You know? Because even us though, that we got out here preaching and prophesying about the truth though, we say we're the hopeful elect, man. You know, because even me, damn well, I don't even know. But at the same time, I gotta keep pushing though, man. Because the destruction is about to come though. The destruction is about to come though. I don't want to participate in that though, man, or get participated in that, you know. But we come out here in fear, man, you know, because it was last week though. Last week I did a testimony video about how the Most High delivered us, me and my family though, you know. I mean, it wasn't a life or death situation though, but we were still put in a predicament where we were able to get out of though, you know. So it was like, man, how am I gonna miss camp though? How am I gonna miss, you know what I'm saying though? How do you say though? How am I gonna miss camp though when the Most High delivered me, man? Delivered me and my family last week though, man. To me, it didn't sit right to me though, man, not to come out here and do the work, man. Because even if that weren't to happen though, guess what? I was still gonna come out here, man, because that was the whole idea, man. The whole idea was the next day, which was gonna be Saturday of last week though, where I was gonna go out and camp with the brothers, man. But you know, I told the brothers the situation though, man, and you know, they down understood though. But you see though, it's not that I don't want to, man. It's just things happen though. But I know I had to come out here, man, because you know that was a situation that could have been pretty bad though, you know. But that's why we gotta come out here, man. Because in that video I said what could have happened if I wasn't in the truth though, man. You know what I'm saying though? If I was in that same predicament, but without me having the truth though, man, it could have been hella bad for us though, man. Like straight up, you know. So let me get Matthew's 10, you know, and jump down to 11 though. It says, and into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. And when ye go up into an house, salute it. See? So it says, inquire who in it is it worthy. See? So like I was saying though, I could get some type of nigga that's walking down the street smoking a joint though. Be like, hey, you know what, man? You want to join the camp though? Put on this. I got a garment for you though, man. Just read these precepts and I call out though. You know, you gotta be. You know, it says right here, could I be worthy though? In 14 it says, and whosoever shall not receive you. Oh, you know what? Let me get 13. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if not be worthy, let your peace return to you. You know? So I don't think this nigga's gonna get it, man. You know? I don't think this person's gonna get it though, man. In 14 it says, and whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake the dust off your feet. You know, get the fuck out of there, man. If the people in here, like example, I'm here in Avenal, if it gets hectic or the people ain't getting it though, man, and they just think that, hey, you know what? Guess what, brothers? The elect ain't here in this fucking town, man. They just shake the dust off our feet and get the fuck out of here, man. This will be our last time we prophesy here in Avenal. You know, it could be a situation like that, you know. It says, verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Yeah, and that's what we're doing though, man. But see, that's crazy because in State 15 it says, verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah, because we know how wicked at that time that place was, you know? I mean, America is Sodom and Gomorrah again, you know? Reincarnated again, man. And it says on the day of judgment, that for that city. See? Man, so if any brother out there can't, you know, like shake the dust off the city though, man, like I'm saying though, man, that town, whatever brought into the prophets, you know, bad energy though, man, you guys are fucked, man, you know. But like I said though, man, we know America's gonna get destroyed though, but like I said though, the chances or whatever case be within that town though, they're dunskies, man, you know. Because like I said though, like I'm right here in Avenal, like I said, if some shit were to happen or it was just getting too hectic though, and we just keep getting fucking, you know, people acting stupid or try to, you know, fuck with us or has this type of shit like that, you know what I'm saying though? Or, because, you know, there's even brothers too that if there's a spot though, man, they shake the spot though, man, they go somewhere else though, they still be within that city though, but you know what I'm saying though, but they just go to they relocate to a different location though, man, you know what I'm saying though? And that's the thing though, man. But if it gets too hectic, like they relocated like 4 or 5 times within that same city though, you know, and then it's like, man, this fucking, it's just this energy, it's just the vibe of the city though. Let's get the fuck out of here. Shake the dust though, curse that city and get the fuck out, man. You know? Like I said though, ain't nothing wrong being within the city though, but then you have to relocate somewhere else though. Like for example, when we're out there in Lemoore, because we still prophesy out there, sometimes out there in Lemoore, we're at a spot though, but then they started building a Panda Express though and then there was this fucking demon that lived across the street though, you know? But what's it called though? So we had to like move though, you know? So we moved from out of there, but we're still in that same city though, but we went to a park though, you know? Like more down the street, way more down the street from that place though. But we didn't shake the dust though off that city though, man, you know? But that's the thing though, we just relocated because they started building a Panda Express spot where we prophesied at though, and there was a demon across the street though, you know? The last day, it was literally our last day though that we were gonna be there, and this demon had the balls to come out and tell us shit, you know? And trust me, now I was just trying to cooperate, but he was just saying shit, was like, man, like, you know, the only reason why I didn't want to, you know what I mean? I was out of respect out of the brother, man, you know, like, because the brother was just trying to keep it cool, you know, but that fucking demon was, you know, irritating me though, man. You don't get me wrong though, man, but out of respect for the brother though, that he was just trying to keep it like chill at that time though, I was just, you know, keeping it chill, man, too, man, you know. But what I really wanted to tell him is shit, man. But like I said, the brother was just keeping it cool, man. I was like, you know what, I respect brother, I'll keep it cool, you know, too. But I really wanted to tell that demon something though, you know. But anyways, like I said though, like I said, even out there in Lemoore though, we ain't about the community of Lemoore, man. We're about the elect out there, man. If the elect ain't out there, then so be it though. Ecclesiastes 9:14, it says, there was a little city, there's like a little story though, right? You know? And a few men within it. And there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. You know, bulwarks are walls of protection, you know, like those, bulwarks are like things that you put around to protect, you know, the whatever you're at though, you know? And it says, now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city, yet no man remembered that same poor man. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. See? So this poor man, right, delivered the city though. And because he was poor, not everybody remembered him though, you know? So it goes to show, man, that people don't look into the wisdom of people, man, of a person though. They look into what a person has more than the wisdom that they have. Get what I'm saying though? So that's just the way it is, man, even to this day, man. You know, people, maybe you had a fucking tuxedo and a microphone and had a picture of fucking Jesus Christ, people probably more likely acknowledge me right here though. You know what I'm saying though? It most likely be like, you know, like I said, a tuxedo and a microphone and a fucking speaker though, and I had a picture of fucking Caesar Borgia out here though, people will probably more acknowledge it though. But because I don't have that though, and I'm looking more different though, people ain't gonna acknowledge me though, man. You know what I'm saying though? So it goes to show, man, like the substance of a person has is what matters, what other people think of though, you know? But the wisdom, ain't nobody give a fuck about. Ain't nobody like the majority of the people don't give a fuck about the wisdom of a wise man though. You know what I'm saying though? Like I said, this wise man, this poor wise man delivered the city though, but they still looked on him like whatever's and shit, man. You see, he delivered the whole city though, and then he still got looked upon like because he was poor. But let it be a motherfucker that has money and shit though, and he delivered the city, and he delivered it, and he has money though. Oh, that guy will get praised though, man. You know? So that's the thing about it though, man. So the whole city, the people within a city, a community, or a town though, man, they don't give a fuck about your wisdom, man. That's why it tells you in Proverbs, the 1st chapter, the witch she crieth in the streets though, man. And that's exactly what we're doing right now though, man. But the wisdom is not for everybody, man. You know what I'm saying though? So that's the type of society and time we live in though right now, you know? So let me get 2 Peter's 2 Peter 2:6, it says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those who live, unto those that after shall live ungodly, and there delivered just Lot and vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked though. And man, that's what that happened back then though, man. And it's the same thing. This is talking about America, man. So, like I said, the elect on the 1/3 is only gonna get delivered though, man. And that's a few though, man. You know what I'm saying though? So this whole thing about trying to open up a fucking kitchen or shit like that, man, is off though, man. But like I said, we're about the community, man. It's enough as it is though that we're out here making our bodies into a living sacrifice though, man. You know what I'm saying though? Right now, you can walk up to us or watch our videos though, man. But there's gonna come a time and place though where, you know, we're not gonna be able to do this though, man. So that's why it tells you in Isaiah though, seek him 10 times more where he could be found though, man. You know? And right now is the time right now, man. But like I said, the people ain't with it though. Guess what though? Let them burn, man. So with that, hopefully it was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Dash, the honors, the apostles and the elders of great minister. So with that, I say, Shalom.